I recently had an engagement with a Christian who said something I am sure we have all heard before when I wrote to him in a rather blunt way. It is insane for a powerful God to need man's help in getting other men to believe in him. His response was classic. He writes, "How are you so sure God's hiddenness doesn't have any good purpose? You'd have to know God's mind to make such a claim." First off, this Christian, as most will, is admitting that God is hiding himself if he were to be true. They realize as much as we do that God never appears to us in any sort of realistic or verifiable way, therefore requiring man's help in spreading his soul-saving message. They might also claim that we are without excuse because God is everywhere to be seen in creation itself. But in doing so, they fail to realize how this is vague or generic, used by most religions, and cannot be used as a way to vindicate a particular brand of God, such as Christianity. He continues to try and answer my question by saying, "Do you think there is any possible value in God being hidden from us? Would you not agree that if God were visible to us, it would affect our ability to love him freely?" What? No, I do not believe this. I do not agree. I apologize for being so blunt, but this is the crazy that many Christians will continue regurgitating. How does a person come to think this way? Do they have children of their own? Do they think hiding from their kids is a way for their kids to love them more freely? I am suspecting that Christians have no credible reasons for explaining why God remains so elusive and hidden. They have no gold standard of apologetics for this. My response was, "Do you think your children cannot love you freely because they can see and know you are real?" What you asked is on a level of insanity. There is absolutely nothing good about an absentee parent. His secondary response, or the backup response to this dilemma, is likewise a classic. He says, "You can't compare God to a human parent. You'd have to know God's mind to make such a claim." And there it is, folks. They pull out the mystery card. They will tell you, you can't know the mind of God, or God's ways are a mystery, whenever something does not add up. I did respond to his question. How am I so sure God's hiddenness doesn't have a good purpose? By writing back. I would need to hear a great reason. You can't simply say that something we all agree is wrong, such as parents hiding, is somehow right because God, and then say none of us know the mind of God, injecting some kind of mystery as a legitimate answer. Folks, I'm sorry to be blunt, but once again, that kind of reasoning is nothing short of insanity. Only religion can cause people to reason in this kind of way. I have oftentimes heard Christians say that if God actually appeared in reality, none of us would have the opportunity to do wrong. Kind of like a big brother over your shoulder. This is also a very strange way for them to justify an invisible, silent God who in all plausibility seems to not exist in reality. I remember going to a private school and seeing a paddle in the principal's office. The paddle was there. I saw it, and it was real. It did not, however, stop me from doing wrong. I did, in fact, get paddled one time by that exact paddle, and nearly paddled several other times. This reasoning they suggest for why God does not appear is comparable to removing all police from society, because when the police are present, nobody wants to break the law. It is crazy. And all of these arguments exist only as a desperate attempt to try and explain why a Christian God does not manifest in the real world. They come up with these outlandish apologetics simply because they refuse to question within themselves whether or not their religion is a fable. They will accept and embrace ideas that are upside down and backwards in order to continue believing. When you believe in something that is not reality, you will alter reality to fit your belief. That includes believing in magical or even outlandish stories. And let me get real with you, friends. I have lived nearly all of my life without a mother or a father. I can tell you with absolute confidence that there is never a good excuse for an absentee parent. If this God were to be true, and billions of people's souls are on the line, for this God not to manifest in reality could only prove He doesn't care. Stay strong and wise, my friends.
You're just being programmed to believe in miracles when love is all you really need. I don't believe in masquerades. I don't believe that you're okay. I don't believe that God will save. Only you can solve your problems. I don't care what they sold you.